G'day, my name is Jeff Gregg and I'm doing this video on what to do if you lose your phone. Well, more importantly, what precautions to make in case you do lose, misplace or have your phone stolen. So to do that, what I've done is prepared a web page. But to show you how to get to that what I've done is the web page has got some material on it which has got links to other videos, which you have to stop and watch those videos. So to actually find out where those videos are, I've developed a web page, and that web page I'm going to show you how to get to. To get to that web page, first of all, you've got to go to my website. Righto? My website, by the way, is this thing here, which I'm about to show. If I can find it. Presentation. There we are. That's my website. My website is greg.homip.net, or alternatively you can go to jeff.greg.net. Either of them will take you to my website. So to go to my website, you need to be in a browser, and then once you're in a browser, you type in exactly what I had there, greg, G-R-E-I-G, dot home, HOMEIP.net. There you are. And then you press the go button and it'll come up with my website, right? My homepage, my website. On my homepage or website, I've got information on free technology training and questions answered, how to contact me, how I do my training, and further down is training material. And here is the link to most of my training material. So if you touch on that, it goes to training material. It's got training material, it's got a section there on videos, and it's got a section on written training notes. And the more important thing a lot of people use is smartphone training notes, right? And here is the item talking about here, lost or misplaced phone. So if I go into that, they're those notes. So you need to go to those notes and have a read of those notes to find out where what I've got written about lost, stolen or misplaced phones, because some of it's got links to other videos that I haven't made. They're made by other people. Okay, so I'm going to go through this anyway and we'll stop at the various points. Lost, stolen or misplaced phones. First of all, misplaced at home. If you are at home and you have a landline or another mobile phone, the easiest way to find a misplaced phone is to ring it. So that's quite simple. All you do is go to the phone's dialer. There's a dialer down there. The numeric pad, or if you've already got your own phone number, mine is called Jeff Mobile. Just touch that. There we are, and it's ringing in the phone. My phone. Hopefully, if it's on, there we are. You can hear the phone ringing. Right, so it's ringing the other phone. I'm not going to do it. Okay. So you're not hang up there. So that's the easiest way to find a misplaced phone. Okay, so if you misplace your phone, that's the possibly easiest way to do it. However, it also says that provided the phone is switched on, is within mobile reception, has not been put in silent mode, you should be able to hear the phone ringing. Now the single thing applies if you're in a car. So if you're in a car, the classic thing that happens in a car is your phone falls out of your pocket and slides down between the seats and you haven't got a clue where it is. But at least if you ring it, you can see where it is. Okay, or you can hear where it is and try and find it. Okay, some precautions. Okay, need to be careful. Modern smartphones are very easily carried around and consequently are easy to misplace or get stolen. But even though the phone has a certain value, and that's obviously why you want to retrieve your phone, it has a certain value, quite often they can be more valuable in the hands of someone that shouldn't have them. As an example, even if you only use your phone to receive phone calls, all that information is stored in the phone and can be quite useful for someone that is unscrupulous. For example, if I go to my phone dialer there, go to the dialer, I go up here to the record of call. There's all the calls I made today, yesterday, previous days, etc. It's got names, it's got telephone numbers, and it's got when I called those people. That information could be useful for somebody if they got access to your phone. So important thing important thing is not to allow them to have access to that. Okay, righto. So that's why it's a good idea to take some precautions in case you misplace your phone or it gets stolen. So the important thing is to lock it. so it'll lock your phone. Now, you wouldn't leave your car or your household unlocked, so why would you do the same with your phone? All modern smartphones have some way of locking it, whether that be via a PIN code, a swipe pattern, or some biometric way. Now, here's some videos of how to do that. So how to a lock screen on your phone. What's the safest way to lock your phone? This guy does a whole lot of things, and regardless of some of the shortcomings discussed in that video, it is still safer to lock something than to not leave it locked. And just a little sideline thing on locking your phones. There's a thing on phones called Smart Lock. And if you go into your settings, and there's a video later on that shows you, I'm going to talk about, that shows you how to set up smart locks. So quickly read this. Some of the more modern phones have smart locking facilities, such as the ability to not lock the phone when it is in your person. That is, you're moving it around as you walk or as you're using it. If it's not being moved around for a certain period of time, it will lock automatically. So in other words, if it's unlocked, right, you don't have to worry about it. As long as you're moving the phone around, it's not going to lock itself again. Another is simply one, and that's, I know a lot of people get frustrated. They're sitting there looking at their phone and the screen goes off. That's another issue, but it also locks it and you've got to unlock it again. In this particular case, the screen might go off, but it won't lock it if you've used that particular function, all right? Another is trusted locations, where you set a physical trusted location where your phone will remain unlocked. As soon as you move outside of that location, it will automatically lock. So, for example, I'm at home at the moment. I'm in a trusted location, which is home. It could be where you work is a trusted location. So as a consequence, the phone will not lock while you're in that particular position. So you've got to make sure you don't leave your phone at home if someone burgles the place. And another is a thing called a trusted device. For example, you may have your phone unlocked when your phone is connected to your car's Wi-Fi. But as soon as you move outside the Wi-Fi range of your car, it will automatically lock. Same sort of thing could be a set of headphones, whatever. Okay. Now, below this is a video that shows you how to do all this. So if you want to get to this video, go back to the beginning of this tutorial and you'll see how you can get to this page, and it's got that link there. You just touch that link and it'll play that particular video. All right, making the phone unusable as a phone. Now, even if you have your phone locked, if it is stolen or misplaced, somebody else could reset it and then use it as a phone by placing a different SIM card in it. Now, most phones, modern phones, have SIM cards, so that means that they won't be able to use your phone with your phone number, but unless you do something else, which we're going to talk about in a minute, all right, they can still steal your phone, sell it off to somebody else. That's why people sell their phones, steal phones, to sell it off to somebody else, and they can still use it as a phone by putting a different SIM card in it. Now, there's once again a link to a video that shows 6 different ways to unlock an Android lock screen without a password, without using the password. So have a look at that. However, if you modify notify your phone provider that you have lost or replaced your phone, they will no doubt provide you with a new phone and or SIM card and cancel or disable the previous SIM card. But that will not stop the person that has the phone from using it as a phone. But if you provide your phone service provider with the phone number's IMEI number, which stands for International Mobile Equipment Identity Number, which basically is the phone serial number, they can make it so that the phone cannot be used on any network regardless of which SIM card it has in it. So if you know your IMEI number and then you ring up, report your phone stolen, then you can turn around to them and say, I want the phone made so it cannot be used as a phone. Now, your phone provider will service provider may not know your phone's IMEI number, so don't assume that they will. You may because you may have purchased your phone from a phone not from your service provider. Quite often people buy phones from one place and then use a service provider to do the phone. So they may not even know your IMEI number. So how do you find out? Now, on the packaging that came with your phone is usually written the IMEI number. There's a photo showing the packaging of the phone, and that's what the IMEI number is. But if you no longer have the packaging, you can still find out what it is. Now, there are a number of ways of doing this. I've only listed one here, but one is to go into the settings of the phone and about the phone. It will tell you then. But if you don't know how to go into the settings, a really, really easy way is just dialing this number here, *#06#. All right. So *#06#. So if I go to my dialer, go to there, okay, go to the dialer, type in *#06#, boom, there's the IMEI numbers, 2 of the numbers for my phone, okay. Rightio. So that's how you do it, just by doing that. And if you've got if your phone's provisioned for 2 SIM cards, which this one has, you'll get 2 numbers. Now, another thing, by the way, is checking your phone's IMEI is blocked. The Australian Mobile Telecommunications Association, that's the AMTA, provides this particular website where you're able to check if a phone's IMEI is blocked. So that's actually the link there. So you go to that. It's well worth doing that before you buy a second-hand phone. Okay. One additional thing, though, an IMEI blocked phone is still slightly useful. Even if your phone has the IMEI blocked, it can still be useful. It can be used like a tablet computer with Wi-Fi. It can be used for connecting to the internet or browsing web pages and sending and receiving email. So even if you do block it, it's still useful to some people, but most people want a phone to be used as a phone, not as a tablet. Next thing is finding a stolen phone. So you've lost your phone. So before you do any of the things above, what you should do is do things as quick as possible. I'll talk about that in a moment. So it's best to watch the video below, a couple of videos below, to see how to do it. But the things to keep in mind are 3 points. 1, finding the location of the phone is not possible if the location function of your phone is switched off. Now, a lot of people are a little bit paranoid about phones, older people, and think, oh, I don't want people tracking me. Well, if you don't have people tracking you, if you don't have the phone, they switch off the phone location settings. If you do that, you'll not be able to find where your phone is. By the way, when you find your phone, to find a phone, you use another phone or a computer, and it'll show you on the map where it is. So if you're not showing location sharing, you won't be able to find that out. If the phone is moved a long distance away after switching off, you'll only know the place where it last was at and when it was actually switched on. So, as a consequence, the 3rd point, therefore, is best to start looking for the phone as soon as you know it was stolen or lost. Okay, so as soon as you lose it, start looking for it, okay, because there's a greater chance of finding it. Videos, there's the videos, 2 videos about how to do it, so watch those videos, all right? When I did my original video on all this material which is lost, stolen or misplaced phones, I left out a very important part, which is how to, once you've locked your screen on your phone, is how to show your contact details on lock screen. And what this is all about is if the Good Samaritan, in other words, somebody finds your misplaced or lost phone and wants to return it to you, beforehand, before we had lock screens, they would usually go through and find your contact list in of your home phone number or your mobile phone number, or at least a friend's phone number, so as to ring you for them to indicate they've found your phone. However, because your phone is locked, they're no longer able to do that. So they would come up, they wouldn't be able to even see your contact list. However, there's the ability to put any text you want on your phone's lock screen. This is usually done within settings. There's a video And once again, you could go back to this web page and then click on the link there, and it will show you the video of how to do it. Now, I usually have the text, if found, please ring Jeff on, and then both my wife's telephone number and my landline number. Put on your don't put on your mobile phone number, because they won't because you won't have your phone because you've misplaced or lost it. In other words, it's useless putting your own phone number on the phone's contact screen, lock screen, in case you lose it, because if you lose it and they try and ring that number, they're just ringing that phone. You need to have another number. If you don't have a landline, a friend's number or something like that. Now, some phones also have the provision to put emergency contact information on the lock screen. If you want to know how to do that, do a Google or YouTube search on emergency contact on lock screen, and you'll be able to find out how to do it. Okay, that's about it. Sorry I left that out from the original video, but I'll link this video to that original video, hopefully. Bye.